It doesn't matter how you feel. It only matters what direction you want to move in. I was feeling a little slow. I had fucking phlegm in my throat. I had acne. I was feeling shitty. I ate a bunch of food. I was feeling slow and empty and shitty. And I just thought, it doesn't matter physically how... Morty. It doesn't matter physically how I feel. I could be at a 10 out of 10, or I could be at a fucking 1 or a 0. It doesn't matter. Regardless of how I feel, I have to push myself in the same direction towards my goals. So I could be waking up with so much energy, put my shoes on, go for a fucking sprint around the neighborhood, feeling great, push myself super hard. And then another day I could wake up, I would feel so sick, I would have so much waste inside of me, so much impurities, so much just like sludge and decay and buildup. And when you wake up slow, when you wake up sick, when you wake up feeling any emotion other than perfection, the only answer is to move faster, right? Like, what can you do when you're feeling slow and sick and sad and empty and shallow and whatever? What can you do other than work as hard as you possibly can in that moment? Do anything to just move yourself faster and faster and faster and faster, right? So it's like when I wake up in the morning and I start to do a set of push-ups, it doesn't really burn. I don't really feel it in my arms for the first like 10 or 15 push-ups. Once I get to like 20, 30, 40, it's like, that's where it starts to actually hurt. And then it's like, so your body pretty much is just a river. It just notices the change. It can speed up or it can slow down. So the reason why old people sit around all day and fat people sit around all day and they don't exercise, they have no movement, is because all the blood in their body is just sitting there. It's just sitting there ready for fucking impurities and diseases to build up. So if you are getting shredded every single day, you wake up, you do fuck tons of push-ups, you fast, you don't eat till dinner, you drink tons of coffee, you train really hard, you work really hard, you are always going to stay in shape. You're always going to be shredded. It doesn't matter how fat you are. It doesn't matter how obese you are. It doesn't matter how sick you are. You can always do something in your current environment to move you forward, to make you move faster. That's the only answer. Because listen, there are people in this world who are more competitive than you. There's always going to be someone with more money, with a bigger house, with stronger, bigger muscles. He's taller than you, he's smarter, whatever. There's always going to be someone who beats you in some category. The only category you can win in yourself is authenticity and truth. Nobody else on this planet can tell the story from your perspective. All of your life experiences, all of your struggles, all of your failures, all of your success stories. That is what you were the best at. So when I'm sitting here in my car, bro, it's like, I'm not talking like I already have saved the entire earth, although I pretty much am going to do that. Inshallah, fingers crossed. Although I have done a lot of work, the only thing that I know deep down in my heart is that if I keep inching closer and closer and closer toward this desired reality, eventually, just by the laws of cause and effect, don't you think that would just happen? Don't you think eventually I would come close? If every day I look at my chessboard, I look at the playing field, I look at my body, I look at my army, what can I do? Where can I send all of my soldiers to move me in the direction that I want to go to? So when you're on TikTok and you wake up and you feel all slow, you feel sad, you feel like sick, you feel sludge, whatever, instead of waking up and whipping out your phone, it's just start scrolling social media, instant gratification rewards. Because technically, if you're feeling slow and empty, yes, sure, that hypnotic TikTok state could bring you out of that empty fucking shallow path, fucking thought loops, the repetitive thought loops, right? Because your body only notices the change. Bro, if you were on a beach in Malibu, California, surrounded by fucking supermodels and millionaires, you would not be thinking, oh, I kind of want to scroll on TikTok. Oh, I feel empty. I kind of want to smoke weed. I feel shallow. Oh, I really need to go and eat some processed foods to feel better. And it's like, bro, your body only notices the change. It's just going to adapt to whatever stimuli you put in front of it. So if you're feeling empty and shallow and sick and you need, oh, I think the only way to make me feel better is scrolling on TikTok and making my mind more empty. All you have to understand is that right now, your body, your blood, there's a bunch of sludge in there. It's moving slowly, and TikTok is going to increase your breathing, increase your heart rate, increase your dopamine. That's all it does. Every single desire you have is pretty much, how do I word this? It's just the false desire for your true intention to be one with God, one with homeostasis, one with the natural momentum of the universe. So basically, one with your feelings, your instincts. So when I wake up and I drink tons of coffee and I do some fucking push-ups and I go speak into my phone, I go do some work, and then at the very end of the night, I eat my food. If I do that every single day, it strengthens my willpower. It strengthens my will because I'm not doing something that's just going to feel good. I'm not doing something that's just blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing something to entertain myself. I'm doing something because I have to do it. That's why. So even me right now, I feel a little bit sick. I feel a little bit slow. I have a little bit of impurities. Just a little bit. Not the end of the world. But no matter how sick you are, no matter how rich you are, you can always move faster or slower. You can only move one in two directions. You can move faster or slower. You can go forward or backward. So every day when I wake up and I assess the battlefield, I assess the situation, I'm like, okay, what can I do today to make my life so much easier and just simple tomorrow? And in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, remove all the stuff that's not serving me. Remove all the stuff that I don't need. Remove all the bullshit. And when you do that, it's just, life is so simple, you know? Your mind is not designed to focus on many different things at once. There's something in your brain called the RAS, the Reticular Activation System. So that basically means your brain can only focus on a couple of specific things at a time. It's like if you're working on, I don't know, you're working on picking flowers out in the field, you're picking food out in the field. Your brain is just going to be focused on the task. And you're not really going to notice all the bugs or the dirt or the blah, 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 or all that useless stuff. You're only going to notice the fucking plants and picking the fruit and the color change of picking the fruit. Your mind can only notice one thing at a time. So think about it right now. Look around your environment. Look for something that is the color green. And then you're going to see, look around what's green. It's like, okay. Once you set your mind to something, your brain you only have one awareness, one attention. So once you set your mind on something, you can only think about a certain number of things at a time. There's no such thing as multitasking. Your brain is always latching onto something to follow. Your brain is always trying to follow a path. It's always trying to follow something. So when I ask myself, what if it turned out better than I could possibly imagine? My brain just pictures me and my true most desires, you know? That's what I really want. And I've pretty much already got everything I want. I have not a single thing that I need. All I have is all I need. So all I gotta do now is just get more shredded. Keep moving in the right direction and get more shredded.